Damn phone freezing up. Is that just... Hello, world of YouTube. True crime, a terrible sight. Heading back deep into the mysterious disappearance of the Malaysia Flight 370 MH. Once again, diving into these YouTube short videos and interesting stuff coming out. So, we all know in 2014, Malaysian Flight 730 disappeared without a trace. I have done my own research on that. My thoughts, theories, and ideas on that, boy, is, either the porthole sucked them up, something had to have just literally been there at the right place at the right time to make some type of history. Even though they've claimed they found the plane or whatnot, or somewhere out in the jungle, and still don't, if they did do that, accountable for the bodies or whatnot, but I don't know, I think this is probably one of the biggest mysteries that hit us, like with D.B. Cooper and the money he took. So, I'm always infatuated with stuff like this. And, to think that the world could be a matrix, let alone be right with the portholes. And, I just got done watching a couple of the newer, I never got to watch, because, I got too far gone into drinking at the time, but the Phantasm movies. And Phantasm, boy, is a word I like to use a lot. If you haven't heard it yet, you will, because the things to make you see that ain't real to reality, only goes to show if there is something more than this world that we live in. Planet Earth has them little dark secrets, just like everything else that roams around here. Just to get these movies, like the Men in Black, this porthole stuff, aliens, everything that you could just imagine that movies have created, brought to life, especially Steven Spielberg, E.T., what is that movie? Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Star Wars, everything that's been imagined throughout time, and movies, and there's movies that come from the 50s, in the 60s that show aliens, creatures. So could it be that this world we live in, right, there is something there we've been showing everybody, but things that have been just hidden? But this plane, man, just disappearing off the face of the earth, watching the radar disappear, where it was, and then all of a sudden in 2014, the same month after this plane disappeared, I guess this kid here, Twitter, kid named Ty, I think I got the rest of his name. Dang it. Was trying to run this through. No, I didn't. USOB. Can I get it down here? What the hell? Radio A? Wait a minute. Stray. STR. Stray. Oh, straight away. Strayed away. Ty. He claims, and if you want to watch this full video, that he received some voicemail. Now, I don't know if this is the actual thing, because this says 2018. But if this could be him doing something in 2014, 4 years later, I don't know why they use it. They probably use this just for, an example. I didn't mean to check that out. What the hell? And these numbers. Now, I've done stuff with numbers trying to call them, because there's always something creepy going out that way. Because I wonder if I should call these numbers. But, so he gets a voicemail doing a SOS call distress. Alpha, beta, there's this robotic voice saying off, Stanley, Dan, Alpha, then you got an N, Nigeria, G, Greenland, got this thing going off saying all these words. And what this all, I guess, I don't know if that's the actual thing that came up, but what it said now, danger SOS, it is dire for you to evacuate, be cautious, they are not human. That's what it says. It did one of them things where it faded away and it showed the whole thing, but I only caught this. So, but it says in the video, it says what it says, it reads it out. And then you got these numbers. I'll put these in Google Map, and I'm going to be doing that. Supposedly, off this message, given the SOS distress, and they're claiming could have the black box some mysteriously way called his phone, and or let alone whatever was on the plane. How it would get to this kid's phone is beyond me. Why would this come up, if it didn't happen? And for 3, this kid started getting death threats if he didn't get rid of this information or whatnot. But SOS danger. And like I said, I'm bound to get to the, later on, I'm going to try them coordinates to see if they do go to the exact location where the plane disappeared. So, with that being said, and like I said, whatever sucked this plane up, whether it be a porthole or invisible ship. There's another thing I watched on YouTube I'm going to do a video on. Short, these little round spears. Just like the ones from Phantasm. But they didn't come out and spit no friggin' daggers at you and stick in your head and drill the blood out of you and put all that crap. That's another thing I was looking at when I found out when I watched the other 2 Phantasms the other night, because my truck was being fixed. So I had nowhere to go, so I got lucky to watch them 2. I need to watch number 5, The Revenge of Reggie. But they showed how he made these spheres, and one of them had it was surprising to see that the original cast from the first one, because the second one they had to use another one, but I didn't realize I knew the first kid had a drug problem or an alcohol problem and he couldn't do it. So they had to stick in that other kid in part 2. He did a great job. But in part 4 and 5, not 4, 3 and 4, the original brothers from the first one came back in. And his brother was in a sphere. Come to find out, the tall man was putting shrinking brains and putting them in the friggin' spears. What the? So the people that he was stealing and grave robbing from, supposedly the brains are put in the spears. And because the brother was in one, and the little brother had him following him around, trying to guide him through this thing, and the whole crazy thing. But these spear balls, finding out that people now I'm going to do a whole new video on that, talking about that, but they're up in the air and they were recording them, of course. It's like, oh, wow, here we go with these things. So you're only going to imagine what the hell's coming out. Because if people are catching them spears, you can just imagine who saw something back in the day but didn't say nothing. Because back in the day, if you said anything about UFOs and all this crap, your ass gets sent to the asylum. You get friggin' taken in. You're crazy. So, it's about a wonder why, some people, let's put it in fiction. That's why I say H.P. Lovecraft. I think his stories were true and real. They were not fiction. It's the only reason why he put them as fiction, so he wouldn't get thrown in the nut house, because the kid was already crazy as it was back in them days, having them friggin' dreams, psychotic dreams. And I, too, sometimes have these friggin' dreams. And it's not because you're friggin' crazy, it's a message. Everybody should take their dreams seriously. Because now that everything that's coming out these days, especially ball spears that people are catching on camera, only goes to show that it was made for a reason. Movies like Phantasm was made for a reason. So with that being said, especially, all these space movies, Independence Day, and, the list goes on for that. But could it be that this kid got a message? And I'm anxious to get on Twitter and to see if he even still has a page, let alone worrying about people killing him, because, can someone help me? As you can see in the first thing, I really need so-and-so to talk to me about this voicemail that he got. And I don't know, I was gonna write this in to see what the hell this, what is it, Sherry Posting Gang, Baru Sajah. I wanted to see what this meant. Translate it. But with all that being said, and it was something about the alphabet, one of them alphabets, just like the Zodiac Killer, using them old, strange alphabets. I'm damn sure the military use that alphabet too, or any type of alphabet, like say so, the Zodiac Killer. Nobody wonder if that's where he got all that too from, because there's ancient alphabets from the time before Christ and all this, crazy stuff that we don't even use no more. Like I say, I have a Bible that I have to get back into reading. So, I got lots of stuff that I've been, that I get more of, but I've done so far and haven't got the chance to get back into it to tell my tales on it. But there's so much words back in them days that we don't even use no more. It's crazy. So it's about a wonder why the alphabet that we know has more spawned off it. And people don't even realize it sometimes. But whatever the hell this could have been, who knows? It's not human. It says it's not human, so whatever the case may be, if it was an alien ship that just deliberately sucked them up, a mothership, like Predator, the movie Predator, they got that invisible stream. They have caught videos of invisible ships. You see them hovering, but the little glitches in it come about, and you'll see the form of it, but it ain't really there because it's invisible. Something could have mouth opened up that sucker and caught the jet. Who knows? But all in all, I can tell you, whatever this kid got, I mean, like I said, I wonder if I can be able to contact this kid, but who knows by now? He's probably off Twitter and trying to hide for his life. So, whatever the case may be, because they don't say in here, because they say this kid who, and this is where they say that when you press in them numbers, you'll come up to this area. But they don't even say if this kid's still alive or what the hell's been going on since. 2014's a long time, and, you know, who knows what was out there and who knew about it. Say so, classified style. But all in all, you know, who knows if the government had some secret ship, but it's always a game changer. It's always something to think about and to sometimes worry about. Because anybody could have been on that frickin' plane. You know, just like that video I covered a few days ago, last week or whatever, about the plane that disappeared and came back in 1985. Disappeared in 1945, come back in 1955, or 85. Oh no, 55. 55 to 85, so what is out there? It ain't even out what's up in space no more. Once again, what's beneath us? What's glitching up in these midway skylines? Not up in space, but in our planet, ozone. This planet is mysterious enough. Of course, when you ain't got 90% of the ocean, you know, known about, still not, damn it, explored. That's a big factor right there. That's creepy. Because you don't know what's under there. And trees moving in videos that people catch. You know, what's digging up these trees and moving them? Could it be like a ship drilling and getting caught up on the roots? You know, whatever's beneath us is the question. Leads me to end it at this. There's been some strange rumbling noises up in New Hampshire. You know, not a stone skip throw away from me. About half an hour, 40 minutes, depending on where I'm going. Like I can say, Nashville ain't too far from me, but, you know, talking about they all have an earthquake rumbles, but I don't think so. What I think is something's digging beneath us, making trails or tunnels. So, think about it. I caught rumbling in where I live where I used to live, over there in Meadowbrook. My man, Dave from Vermont, was asking me about that. And I heard some literally rumbling in the morning time. And there was no construction in the area going on. And I know that for a fact because I'd be driving around, going to the store. I go all over the place through these towns. And these towns, mind you, Leominster, Fitchburg, are not so big. I mean, without traffic, you can get through these towns within 20 minutes. Do a whole drive around. But with traffic, it takes longer, of course. But 20, 25 minutes tops. If you want to drive through this whole town. Both towns connected, so I used to time myself back in the day. But it's a good thing, because you always got to think about things like that. What's around us. I mean, you know, searching. I love to drive and find new places. Because, yeah, you don't know what's lying beneath all that. What mysteries in other towns bring you? Huh? And when I feel something, boy, I feel it. Try and get back there all the time. Went out to a place to deliver order. I got this cemetery, and I got something in the cemetery. Figure, staring back at me. I got to get back to that. place. I gotta find it again, but, oh yeah. Felt something, pulled right over immediately. It was a cemetery. Something was there watching. Ghosts do communicate, so it's getting stronger. With that being said, who knows what else is out there lurking. Hopefully I catch something extraordinary. It's like everybody else throughout the world. All I can say, people, is keep them phones, cameras, anything running. You know, everybody catching stuff on these trail cams. You know, it's insane. And it's good that, and the only thing I like about today's technology is all this phone stuff catching everything. And the government can't hide it no more and say, oh, that was just a weather balloon. Natural gases from Canada. Yeah, what are their natural gases coming in? You're trying to tell me they're blowing farts all day, bringing bubbles of gas down our way? Yeah, okay. Full of shit. You can't hide it no more. Quit trying to hide it. Now they're, coming out with, oh, we seen something flying while we're out there scolding the land with our jets. Yeah, you seen something. You've been seeing something for the longest time. Native Americans, back in the day, written all over the walls. Even Egypt. Stuff. That's right. Hidden, seen, written out cryptic on the wall. So we're not alone, folks. It's only fact. But I think, honestly, that they've done enough experimenting on us that they're just coming around now to see, if there's any friggin' war going on yet that's going to literally destroy us. Because according to one lady that says she has communication with the other life form out there, saying they don't want nothing to do with us because we're self-destructing ourselves. That's right. So we gotta come together, people. If you want to meet them, you need to come together. You need to stop this chaos, ruckus, and BS. Even though some people have some mental health problems that can't be fixed, but only if we can only get along. Just imagine who we would really meet. Till the next video, be safe, take care, always beware. And believe something going on out there. Out.